Golf Pick'em Expert Picks, brought to you by FootJoy.
It's the final stop of the PGA Tour's regular season. The Wyndham Championship is the last chance for players to move inside the top 125 in points in order to make it to the playoffs, which begin next week. And as always, we are going over what you need to know for the Golf Pick'em game in the NBC Sports Predictor app. 10 head-to-head matchups. Pick a winner in each matchup, plus a tournament winner and a winning score. You will be eligible for $1,000 in guaranteed prizes. $50,000 jackpot up for grabs this week for a perfect score. We're going to dive right into it with a marquee matchup featuring two fan favorites, both of whom need to do a little bit of work this week to ensure they're around for the postseason. Rickie Fowler and Adam Scott. Adam Scott is sitting pretty at 121. Rickie Fowler has some work to do. He's 130th in points, needs to make the cut at least, might need a top 25 showing, similar to what he had in his lone prior Wyndham appearance in 2016. He finished T22. Adam Scott doesn't have the track record in Greensboro and really has not been the same player since the PGA Tour came back from the pandemic break. I'm going to give a slight edge to the American. I think that Rickie Fowler is starting to turn a corner. 5 made cuts in his last 6 starts, a top 10 finish at the PGA Championship, played well at the Memorial. He is starting to build incrementally, and I think that he gets another building block this week in Greensboro. I think he makes the cut, beats Adam Scott, and does what he needs to do to ensure he's in the playoffs next week. Hard to find two guys that know Sedgefield Country Club better than Webb Simpson and Brandt Snedeker. Snedeker shot a 59 here back in 2018 en route to victory. And of course, this is where Webb Simpson got his first career PGA Tour win back in 2011. How much does this event mean to him? He named his daughter Wyndham a couple years later. That says something. But his recent track record is even more impressive. He has been beaten by 6 players over the last 4 years without winning the golf tournament. He's gone second, third each of the last 4 years. An amazing run in Greensboro for the former Wake Forest standout, who, by the way, got a T15 finish last week at Memphis. It was his best result since the RBC Heritage in April and came at just the right time. Snedeker, listen, he's fallen off by the wayside the last couple of years. He's outside the top 130 in the latest world rankings, missed the cut last week at the Barracuda. Anytime you're coming back to a course where you have shot 59, you're going to get those good feelings. Great to be at a place where you've won before, 2 times, in fact, for Snedeker. But I'm going to have to go with Webb Simpson. I think that he is peaking at the right time as we have the Ryder Cup and the playoffs coming up in short order. I think Webb is going to be there this weekend in the mix once again at the Wyndham Championship. 2 Englishmen with lots of work to do if they're going to advance to the playoffs that begin next week. We're talking about Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood is sitting at 136 in points. Justin Rose, 138th. Only the top 125 will make it to the Northern Trust next week at Liberty National. So both of them have some work to do. When you look at Rose, a former world number 1, finished inside the top 10 in each of the first 2 majors this year, the Masters and the PGA, but really has fallen off over the summer, hasn't been the same since Kiowa. Tommy Fleetwood made the Olympics, represented Team GB, but he's still looking to get that magic going. He needs those top 5s, top 10s to rack up the points in order to advance to the playoffs. Both of them played here last year. Neither of them played particularly well. I'm going to lean on Justin Rose, give him a slight advantage because he does have a top 10 finish at this event, albeit from way back in 2009. A lot has changed since then, but I do think that the fairways and greens of this Donald Ross layout will play to his liking. I think Justin Rose gets the edge over Tommy Fleetwood in this all-England matchup. A matchup of 2 guys who have had a lot of near misses in the last few weeks. Louis Oosthuizen and Hideki Matsuyama. Sure, Matsuyama does have the green jacket hanging in his closet, but that's back-to-back playoff losses. He lost the bronze medal playoff in his homeland at the Tokyo Olympics 2 weeks ago, lost a playoff to Abraham Ancer at the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational last week. Oosthuizen, of course, finished second at the PGA, second at the US Open, second at pretty much every event except for last week when he finished T17. I think I like Matsuyama in this matchup. He has been feast or famine at the Wyndham. 6 prior appearances, 3 missed cuts, but 3 finishes inside the top 15. When he gets it going at Sedgefield, it usually goes pretty low on this par 70 layout. Louis Oosthuizen does not have that track record for this event. This is his tournament debut. Both of these guys have deep playoff runs in mind. I think both are going to be around when we get to East Lake. But in terms of this week, I'm going to lean on a guy who knows this course a little better, and that is Hideki Matsuyama. So those are my thoughts on some of the marquee matchups this week for the Wyndham. But remember, Go into the NBC Sports Predictor app, go to the Golf Pick'em game, make your selections for the 10 head-to-head matchups. You also need a tournament winner and a winning score. This week for a winner, how about Jason Kokrak, already a two-time champion this season on the PGA Tour. He's in the mix for Player of the Year. He's in the mix for Ryder Cup. I think that this could put him ahead in both of those markets if he gets win number 3 on the season. This is a course that you don't think suits a bomber, but he has finished inside the top 15 each of the last 2 years, including 3 of his last 7 rounds at Sedgefield have gone for 64 or better. So again, go to the NBC Sports Predictor app in the Golf Pick'em game, make your selections for the head-to-head matchups and a tournament winner and a winning score. $1,000 in guaranteed prizes up for grabs, $50,000 jackpot on the line for a perfect score. We'll see you next week.